Welcome to our percentile rank analysis report. This report is the quickest way for an instructor to find out what scores they should focus on for a particular class. The chief benefits of the percentile rank report is that it eliminates number crunching and allows both statisticians and non-statisticians to reach the same conclusions about course evaluations for a particular class. It also does not emphasize mean score reporting or use standard deviations, which, to some schools of thought, should not be used when analyzing course evaluations. We figure out the lowest class average anyone received at your school for a particular question and put it on the right. We put the highest score anyone received at your school on the left. Then we plot your score somewhere in between. Classes have to have at least 6 respondents to be considered for ranking. So, if your score falls in the red, that means it was in the lowest 30th percentile of any score received. If your score was in the green, that means it was in the 70th percentile or higher. And if your score is in the white, that means you are about average. This makes finding out what to improve on extremely easy. First, pull up all the scores in pink because your chance for improvement is greatest and with the least amount of effort. Then, pull up all your scores in white. If all of your scores are in green, then I wouldn't even bother trying to pull up these scores. They are already the best at your school. Here's an example class evaluation. On question 1, grades fairly, you'll notice that the instructor got a 4.2, which seems like a really good score. But it's in the red area, meaning that compared to the other classes at your school, students do not feel that they were graded as fairly. On question 2, presentation skills, you'll see a 3.8, which is numerically lower than the 4.2, but 3.8 is in the average part of the chart. This means that this instructor should first try to pull up the score of grading fairly to make the biggest difference in their course evaluations with the least amount of effort. If you would like to add confidence intervals to this report, you can do that by going to the Preferences tab and checking the Add Confidence Intervals checkbox. And your school can change the comparison group a class is rated against because some studies have shown that some disciplines tend to attract harder graders than others. For instance, the science classes tend to have harder graders than the humanities. One of the nice things about the percentile rank analysis is that it has the same graphical look and feel as the My Focus report, which takes into account every class an instructor has ever been evaluated on and identifies the questions an instructor should focus on. The My Focus tool will provide the instructor with advice from other instructors, links to your school's resources, and will help them create action plans to guarantee improvement. Some instructors have asked us how it is possible that a score of 3.8 is actually higher than a 4.2, and there are several possible explanations. The most probable reason is that the wording of one question generally yields higher responses than the wording of the other question. For instance, a question like, "I believe the instructor's presentation skills were acceptable," would yield a higher set of responses than the question, "This instructor is one of the better presenters I have ever seen." If your school is thinking about constructing a new survey anytime in the near future, consider looking at our normative Ascend course evaluation survey. Thank you for your time. For more information about our product, please click the following links.